Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you find you well and healthy, and you and your loved ones are all, doing really well today or this evening. As a courtesy to our speakers, please mute your phones. And if you are going to be moving around while you're listening to this, either driving, running, or doing something else, could you please just turn the video off so that we don't distract our special speakers. Now, my name is Maria Hopwood-Jones, and I'm an ASEA Platinum Executive, and I live in Sydney, Australia. Now, today's webinar, we're going to mix it up a little bit. It's going to be divided into 4 sections. First of all, we will have the ASEA breakthrough and the opportunity with the wonderful Stevie Aquilina. We will also, we've got a great testimonial, very powerful for you. We're also going to do a few announcements, and then we will do the Q&A. So first of all, let me introduce Stevie Aquilina. So Stevie Aquilina now lives in Queensland with his wife and his 4 beautiful children that they homeschool. They are very committed to the ASEA mission to better people's world and be a force for good in the world. They also believe that this is the very, very best income in the world. And I can tell you from experience, it is, particularly now. The plan A, it's gone out the window. And now we've got this amazing plan B, which means that it's become plan A. Steve and his lovely wives are powerful leaders in ASEA. They're 100% committed, as I said before. And he's got a wonderful treat for you today. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Stevie Aquilina, all yours.
Hey, thank you very much, Maria. I appreciate the very kind introduction, and thank you everyone for having me here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen straight away and jump into what we're talking about. I've got a goal to get through this as quickly as possible because I really want you to hear from a special guest speaker today. But appreciate you, Maria. Thank you so much. I love working with you and how you look after me and how your heart beats for the mission of this company, which is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for joining us. What I'll be sharing with you is truly the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. The discoveries of DNA and penicillin were huge medical discoveries, but medical experts are saying that this breakthrough goes even deeper than that, even bigger than that. So we'll go over an exciting and entirely new frontier in science right now that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential validated by renowned universities and world authority laboratory studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, any health challenges that you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's get very clear, absolutely clear about what this is not. This is not a drug. This is not a vitamin, and it's not a mineral or antioxidant formula. It's also not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juice, super shakes, central laws, magic mandate, tagline. What is laser, truths, magical 5,000-year-old tree, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of that other stuff. What we'll be talking about and only talking about is an entirely new frontier in science, a truly groundbreaking, category-creating healthcare breakthrough. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology has in it active redox signaling molecules. Aside from being a mouthful, what are they? Well, they are the exact same molecules that are made in your cells. They are cellular messages that affect cell signaling, cell-to-cell communication, all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. So here's just one example. Redox signaling molecules allow your cells to talk and detect which cells are healthy, and then they tell those cells how to protect themselves. At the same time, these redox signaling molecules detect which cells are unhealthy, and they tell those unhealthy cells how to repair themselves. However, if the unhealthy cell is too damaged to be repaired, then the redox molecules will tell that cell to die and then tell a healthy cell to copy itself and replace that lost cell. This is a remarkable process because that is how your body regenerates its own tissue. In other words, it's how your body heals itself. Now, furthermore, redox molecules activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Bottom line, redox molecules are keeping all of your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. If you want anything in your body to be well, get the cell well, and it's redox molecules that tell your cells how to get well. You get it? So your redox biochemistry is foundational to cellular health and healing, and therefore all of your body's health and healing. So it's an essential function of normal physiology. In fact, a wide range of biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling in and among your cells. So in other words, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making these redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than a few more seconds. In fact, without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, and with it, so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously and so doesn't do any scientific studies themselves. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying ASEA as safe and effective in everybody. Now, here's just one example of such. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level, because ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, that improves gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulates hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human areas of health, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. On top of this, ASEA has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. And further studies have shown that ASEA will lower oxidative stress. Head professors of this university study said that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Significant, because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And millions of dollars of toxicology reports have shown that ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. There is no toxicity, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're body native. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just your body can't make as much of them anymore like you did when you were young. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have loved ones that you want to look after who have health challenges, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, or if you have the sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goals you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. On that note, let's hear what some medical doctors have to say right now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Okay, so now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, which can be a little bit difficult to see, right? Let's show you what's possible from the outside in, and that is made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel and Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum. Now, these products are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words, so let's just let some of these pictures do the talking. This is more than anti-aging results. What you're going to see is age-reversing results. You're going to see lines disappearing. You're going to see wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritation, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being repaired, being rejuvenated, being replenished as skin cells are healed and or replaced. Now, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are being brought back to the proper levels, surfaces of the skin. This is Rosie, and believe it or not, Rosie didn't believe the products were doing anything for her. It was her doctor that took these photos, and that's how Rosie saw the dramatic difference that you're looking at right now. So moral number one of this story, when you get back to your friend and you say, yeah, I want to get on this stuff, and you think to yourself, I want to see how it goes, take pictures and record everything you can from inside and out by writing it down. Keep a scorecard, and that's how you see how it goes on a week-by-week basis. Take pictures, take records. Now, the second moral of this story is, as you can see, there was a dramatic difference after just 7 weeks with Rosie, and even more differences over the coming years. However, some people do notice results not just as quickly as Rosie, but some people even quicker. However, others need to apply more product and more patience. Now, here's what we know scientifically. ASEA has been scientifically tested and shown to work every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for Redox to not work in you. However, what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice that change. Now, this doctor decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? I'll give you some clues. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the corners of the mouth. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the nose. Have a look at the lines, maybe the puffiness, maybe the bagginess on one cheek as opposed to the other. Here's the biggest clue of all. What side of the face are the glasses slanting towards? Maybe suggesting more droopiness on that side as opposed to the other. So thank you, Dr. Marty Moran, for walking around like a weirdo just so you could prove how effective Renew 28 is where you use it versus where you do not. Now, it's not just for your face, as you can see, arms, hands, bellies, as you can see some stretch marks here, and bums. This is a picture that was taken from a clinical trial, a scientific study that was done in a very large dermatological institute, because there are a lot of reports coming in all over the world that ASEA was actually having an effect or making cellulite disappear. So this scientific organization did a study and they found that after 12 weeks, in fact, there was a reduction in the appearance of cellulite. So they took ultrasounds to find out what was going on. And they saw the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved. Now, all throughout history, it is a historical truth that great breakthroughs bring great opportunity. With every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what you're being shared, what we're sharing with you is the most significant, the greatest health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Big, bold statement, but let me show you a few reasons why. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in '98 for their first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, the National Library of Medicine, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over, I think, 33,000 results now. This is a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. It's already out of date because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. According to medical researchers, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. Let me give you some further examples of that. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. So the race is on with medical and pharmaceutical industries to understand the complex paths and functions of these redox signaling molecules. They are trying to earn recognition for discoveries and really to create drugs for specific health conditions. However, they face a very long and slow process. While ASEA, look, we're already light years ahead for two simple reasons. For nearly 3 decades, number one, for nearly 3 decades, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And number two, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And no other product in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors, healthcare, wellness, athletic performance, sports science, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, and ASEA works through all of them at a depth and level and gets achievement in the body to a degree like nothing else can. Redox works on every body. Nothing in the body works as well or factual at all. Nothing works at all without Redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs Redox. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. It really is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. You receive a commission, a residual commission, a residual income, not only from the first purchase made by every single person that you refer to ASEA, but you also receive a residual income from not just the first, but every single ongoing purchase made by every single person they and others also refer. And we all do this all the time already. Just like when we recommend good movies, TV series, restaurants, cafes, books, whatevers. People tell people who naturally tell other people who then tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is the most ancient and still most powerful form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So for people who are looking for an extra or part-time or full-time, or I just want more time, or a big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income for loved ones, for business-minded people, this is an opportunity to be paid a residual commission, a significant income from the growth of this global expansion. However, really, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's exactly what you get to do and be a part of with ASEA. You get to join forces with others who are also being a force for good in the world. Look, who you become and what you get to do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, not only can you make great money, you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all over the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But big pharmaceutical companies, after seeing tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, these pharmaceutical companies did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole rights, the exclusive ownership to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. Thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus Norton and son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people. Because after Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from very severe health concerns that once left them and their doctors not just feeling concerned, but feeling hopeless, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox signaling molecules. Well, Virtus and Tyler were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so what had once started as just a big business play had now become more, an important and purposeful mission. The ASEA founders, Virtus and Tyler, turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and everyone without a prescription. And so as demonstrated in this very first decision and in every other since, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders and the corporate team, they come from Fortune 500 backgrounds and even greater. And so they are exceptionally experienced in running big and profitable global businesses. However, at the end of the day, it's people that matter most, and they pride themselves on never doing anything at the cost of people, only in that which will benefit them. So you are in good hands. Now, I invite you to get back with the person who shared this invitation with you. Don't worry about what the time is in their part of the world, your part of the world. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here. Let them know what stood out to you the most, what you like the best about it. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers, as there's plenty of university studies, but most important of all, hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. We truly want to help you. We truly want to help you. So at the least, we hope to see you become a part of this redox reality so that we can see you living healthier, better, younger, stronger, longer. But one of ASEA's guiding principles is to become more, because it's really what you become that determines what you can overcome, that ultimately determines your income in life. So if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, because there's lots of forms of income, right? If you want any of these things or more, if you'll just pass this information on to many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better too. If you decide to become part of being a force for good in the world with ASEA, your life will be filled with more good. And so thank you for spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be well. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Thank you once again. And thank you, Maria.
Thanks, Stevie. It's always a real pleasure to listen to present. I think you're one of the very best presenters in the ASEA world. Your passion really shows through. Love your presentation. And I re-enroll myself every time because my belief just goes so much higher. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, now we actually got a special treat. Our next speaker is an amazing human being. Now, he's built an amazing range of traditional businesses and become tremendously successful and financially secure. However, we all know that life sometimes throws us, a challenge. So here's the thing. Courage and heart is often measured by how you face that challenge and how quickly you overcome it. So today, this person, which is Dan and his wife Suzanne, live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and he's achieved the rank of #3 in ASEA as a Triple Diamond Ambassador. He's got a wealth of experience in building businesses all over the world and is a global authority in redox technology and cellular health. He's also a very sought after international speaker. His mission, like all of us, but he's got a huge mission, and we're all part of that mission, is to get this life-changing health breakthrough to the world. So let's listen how he actually overcame this amazing challenge that he faced all those years ago and where he sees ASEA going from now on. Please welcome Dan Doyle.
Thank you, Maria Hopwood-Jones. Thank you so much. And I agree with you, Maria. I mean, I just listened to Stevie and I just re-enrolled myself as well. Just amazing hearing this. This sends shivers right through me every time I hear about this incredible breakthrough and company. Love working with you guys. Thank you for holding the fort. Actually, we don't work, do we? We work with each other, but it's not work. You know what they say, find a job that you love and we'll never work for the rest of our lives. And this is exactly what we do. So thank you again, and great to be back on board. Had a great week off in Cabo San Lucas last week with Suzanne, and just wanted to get away from the craziness of the world, but couldn't wait to get back to do this as well. Stevie, thank you. Thank you for that presentation as usual, and for your leadership and support. I'm sure that everybody on this call now can see the benefits of what this product can do, what this opportunity can do. And just like to reiterate what Stevie said before I go into my story, to make it clear that this technology, these products, are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But what I can say, and it's a little bit cheeky, is that these products, these incredible products and technology with long-term use of them, and sometimes even short-term use, they are a cure for skepticism. And I'm not going to go over what Stevie said because I think that was pretty clear, but what everybody needs to understand is the reason why their bodies break down all day, every day, is because of the environmental impact of toxins coming in. So we've all got this disease called aging. And the reason why people are diagnosed with what they actually are diagnosed with or told what they have by your doctors is due to the fact that their body is broken down and that damage is not detected. So the reason why people get in trouble in the first place with their health is a lack of these redox signaling molecules that Stevie spoke about. The reason why they can't get their health back is a lack of redox signaling molecules. So I'm sure you're starting to understand the power of this breakthrough, the enormity of what we have our hands on. And for any guests on this call, I just want to make sure that you're totally comfortable and you understand that we're not here to sell you anything or convince you of anything. We're here just to purely share information with you. And you can do whatever you like with that information. We always say, you know, you can lead somebody to this amazing technology. You can lead somebody to these amazing products. You can lead somebody to a seer, but you can't make them drink. So with that, I believe that somebody has told you, if you're a guest on this call, that they have handed you the most precious gift, or one of the most precious gifts that you'll ever receive in your entire life. And whether you take that gift or not, it's totally up to you. So I'm going to go into my story now, and just, I suppose, let you know what led me to this journey, what led me on this journey into you here today. And as Stevie said, or Maria said, I'm based here in Honolulu, in Hawaii at the moment. At the moment, you never know where we're going to be around the world. And we're here to help support and to make sure that we can get this product to as many people as possible, no matter where we are or what we're doing. But my journey started in Sydney, Australia, playing many sports, distracting myself from school, ending up a bodybuilder with a gym, and training a lot of people, and also competing competitions. And I just want to, you know, show you this photo. I suppose I'm a little bit proud of it. It was a lot of hard work to get to where I was in this photo. I was 24 years old. This was coming towards the end of my bodybuilding career. And I suppose also to the end of one chapter in my life where I was building and selling traditional businesses, and I was actually going to be moving out of the health and fitness industry into the security industry. But over 20 years, I built and sold 20 traditional businesses, employed around about 3,500 people over that time, and quite successful, which, you know, dropping out of school and, you know, education was not a priority, but drive and passion and success, achievement was, and nothing was going to stop me to do what I wanted to do in life, or to achieve what I wanted. And over a 20-year period, I built and sold these 20 traditional businesses. And if you look at how I used to look after my health, and actually moving forward 20 years from the age 24 to 44, not a bodybuilder anymore, but I still used to look after my health. I did more cardiovascular work. I was quite fit and healthy for a 44-year-old. And I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be. And this was part of my journey. And, you know, I thank goodness that I was in this condition, because if I had a little bit of weight on me, if I wasn't in this particular shape, I would have found a lump underneath my left rib. And most of you guys know, especially you guys in the States, that there were a lot of people that used the weed killer Roundup from Monsanto, and the trouble that they're in and they got in with their health. I was one of those guys. So I was in a lot of trouble with my health from using that poison. And not too long after this photo, I found that little lump underneath my left rib, and the doctors gave me some bad news. And all of a sudden I was going through something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes, and got a very fake smile happening here with a hero of mine, Johnny Manor, who was only 21 in this photo. He had what we would consider one of the good ones. I had two of the bad issues happening, and unfortunately, he was in remission in this photo, but after this photo, his issue came back, and he went back into hospital, and he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. So that was a very sad time, and at the end of the 2.5 years, I said to my doctors, what's going to happen now? They told me to get my affairs in order. They hit me between the eyes, and it's exactly what I wanted to know, what was going to happen. And I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. And I did some research. My research led to an alkaline diet. I wanted to suffocate this thing. I wanted to make sure it couldn't live in my body, and I was doing the best that I could from that point of view. I also turned to products from network marketing companies. Now, that was a very hard pill to swallow because I didn't believe in the network marketing business model. And for those on this call that are in the same mindset as I was in, I can tell you now that if I didn't use these products because of the business model, I wouldn't be here now. So forget the business model if you're looking at your health and you want to return your health and you need something to help you with your health, because this is a huge breakthrough. It's just spread by word of mouth. Don't be scared how we share that or how we spread the word. It's just a business model. So thank goodness a friend of mine called and I listened to him. I could have told him, don't worry about it, because of the business model. But as I said, you know, because of that business model, it was a hard pill to swallow for me to try a lot of other products from a lot of other companies. And I spent a lot of money with companies like Zengo and Isogenics, LifeVantage, Kangen Water, Max Products, all these companies that had very, very good products. And I was, you know, religiously taking these products every day. And 2 years later, on this alkaline diet, you know, just eating deep sea fish, vegetables, salad, you know, good filtered water, the Kangen water, all these products. Now, you would think my body would have head in the right direction, but my body wasn't heading in the right direction. I can tell you, this is a photo of me 2 years later. I look 20 years older. I felt 20 years older, and my body was still heading in the wrong direction. I kept having my 3 monthly checkups. My blood works was still heading the wrong way. So I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. And this was the point in October 2014 where I got that phone call from my friend, and all he said was, I think I found something that can help you. Long story short, I flew to the ASEA company headquarters. I've met him and started on the product. Started on ASEA, and in 3 hours, I was going through a major detox. Not detoxing from Redox. As much as we say there's nothing that detoxes like Redox, it was the signals and communication to the body, to my body, to detox it. And I had little red spots all over my upper torso. And that was what I would consider to be my first win. And that was just within a few hours of starting on the product. The next morning I got up, and I've had a caffeine intolerance for over 20 years. Any more than 2 coffees, buckled over, hurting all day with a lot of bloating. And I was in a lot of trouble after 2 coffees. But the next morning I had 6 coffees to test this stuff that we were drinking. And I went through the whole day, and there was nothing to remind me of what I endured for 20 years because that issue was gone. That was what I would consider to be my second win. The light bulb went on the next day. The light bulb went on because I had so much lung damage from what they did to me in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. The next day, my lungs were functioning perfect. Didn't have a problem with running, walking up hills, stairs, breathing, talking, or anything. So 3 huge wins in 2 to 3 days. So went back to Australia. Do you think that I stayed on the product? Of course I stayed on the product. The unfortunate thing was, though, we came from being very successful in traditional business to losing everything when I lost my health. And financially it was very, very tough to buy the product, to afford the product. But I persisted on what we call the maintenance amount, 1 bottle per week. A bottle per week is for somebody who's 100% healthy, someone who just wants to maintain their health. It was a bit stressful for me. I was a bit anxious because I knew I needed a lot more product. So I suppose thank God for the business side, the business model, because looking back now, it was the business model that saved my life. If the business model wasn't there and I didn't share this with people, and I didn't receive those thank you checks, I couldn't have invested back into my own health. I needed a lot more product. It was the business that gave me the financial capability to buy more product. And that's what I did. So I persisted on the maintenance amount for 8 months. And in June 2015, I ended up taking more product. By December 2015, just over 12 months after taking ASEA, so that's 6 years ago next month, the doctors gave me some good news, and this is a photo of me on that day telling me there was no sign of those 2 major health challenges. But not only that, major injuries from playing sports for many years had gone away, 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, all sorts of lumps and bumps all over me and other issues, whole list of things. My body was totally rebuilt and repaired in just over 12 months on this product. So let's fast forward a couple of years, because this was up to this point, this is my journey back to health. If you fast forward, you can see the anti-aging effects of what ASEA can do with the ASEA drink working from the inside out and the topical gel working from the outside in. So I always like to go back with these photos, because if I go back, which it's not going to allow me to do, anyway, you saw me and the reflection of my health from the outside in. You know, your skin, the way you look, the way you feel, is a reflection of what's happening on the inside. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll come back to you guys. And I'll take myself off there, and you can see me back on video. So guys, we've got a huge breakthrough here. I became very passionate about what this could do, obviously, with the results that I had for myself. So it became a responsibility to share this with other people. And now, obviously, as Stevie said, this is a purpose-filled mission. We have got a huge opportunity in these times, and particularly in these times, you know, when it comes to the economic times that we're going through, people still spend money on their health. And that's something that people don't let go of, regardless of what financial situation they're in. And there's a lot of people struggling at the moment. They still look after their health. We've got the biggest breakthrough in health. But what's happened is we've got a double whammy with the pandemic, and people are concerned about that. And we've also got people who are losing their jobs, and they're looking for something to do from home. And I can tell you that this is the most compelling opportunity that we will see in a lifetime. So we've got this vehicle called ASEA, a vehicle that can take people potentially back to their health or anywhere they want to go financially. We got to a pretty substantial level in this company just after 12 months. And in that first 12 months, still not understanding the enormity of leverage. And, you know, as I said, I came out of building, you know, traditional businesses and corporate. Knowing what I know now, I would never go back to that. Getting to number 3 in the world just came by helping people in my first few years. And as I said, it's been 6 years next month that I've been taking the product, and 6 years next February actually building the business. It is the most satisfying thing I've ever done in my entire life. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. And when people see what we have, when they experience the product, when they get the belief, you've got the same opportunity to help a lot of people and take this to wherever you want to go. So with that, I'm going to hand back to Maria, who, as I and Stevie and the founders of this company and a lot of leaders are leaving this as their legacy to the world, and I'm really thankful, and it's just so exciting that I'm working with these guys, and we're on the same page and mission to do what we need to do to help as many people as possible. So Maria, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on this call and hosting. And I know I'm not going to see you on this next week, but we'll be talking very soon, and you're going to explain why. But I'll hand back to you. Thank you.
Wow. What can you say? Thank you so very much, Dan. I think it's one of the things that is really important that you said on the presentation was that you actually took the responsibility of your own health into your own hand. And because of that, because that one single-minded decision we are all here today, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people around the world are benefits from you making that decision all those years ago. So on behalf of everybody, I'd like to say thank you so very much to you, Dan, for your passion and your decision to be a force for good in the world. And Stevie, you're up there with the best. You're up there with Daniel. I so honor you, honor your time. You're just an amazing leader, and thank you so much for putting yourself out there and doing that amazing presentation. I also like to thank you, everybody that's taking their time out on Saturday morning to be here and to learn more. If you're new, please understand this is nothing like it. There's nothing like this in the world. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity. It's an amazing humanitarian project. It's an amazing lifestyle, and the products are up there with the best. In fact, nothing ever touches it because we are a category creator. So now we're going to move to number 3, which is the events in 2 hours time, just a little bit over 2 hours time. We have another call with Stevie, Dan, and the wonderful Alisa from South Australia presenting as well. So that's 12 noon in Sydney. We also have a special treat coming up on Tuesday, Sydney time. I'm going to put all these times in the chat. We have got Stevie and Stevie, Dan, and Kayleen presenting again in Australia time on Tuesday 10 a.m. and USA time Monday 8 p.m. Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time. Following that call, this is another wonderful experience, an enormous opportunity for you to actually showcase the business to people. We have the Global Expansion Call, and that's as in Australian time on Tuesday, 11 a.m. and Monday in the US at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with special guests, Tyler Norton. That is just, anybody who's heard Tyler speak, it's just so heartwarming. The man speaks from the heart. He is the founder, along with his father, of ASEA, and he's done an amazing, amazing job of leading this company into the 21st century and beyond. Also, there will be no ASEA Discovery calls next Saturday, and that's because we've got the 10th year anniversary Global Webvention, and you really should not miss this. You just don't want to miss it. We've got lots of treats coming up. I can tell you there are quite a few surprises. I'm just going to leave you and tease you with that one. Lots of surprises, lots of things for you to learn. It's on next weekend, Saturday the 25th and the 26th. If you've got your tickets, please don't forget to register. There are more prizes coming your way just for registering and buying a ticket. The other thing is, if you have got a ticket, please share with your friends. Have a barbecue, bring your friends over, have a potluck, share this with the world. This is what we're here for. It's not just about the money, guys. It's about us taking this to the world, because the world needs this product. So we are going to now stop the recording. I will put this in the chat. We'll stop the